A guy in my office bought a Tesla Model 3 last year. About 8 months in, he messages me saying his tires are already showing uneven wear and the dealer is telling him he needs new ones. 8 months, roughly 12,000 miles. He thought something was wrong with his car, alignment issue, suspension problem, something mechanical causing abnormal wear. He had already paid for an alignment check that came back completely normal. Nothing was wrong with his car. The tires that came on it were wearing out because of what the car itself is, not because anything was broken. And the replacement tires the dealer quoted him were $180 each. Same size tire on his previous Honda Civic had cost him $89 each 2 years earlier. He had no idea EV tires were a different product. Most people don't. When you buy an electric vehicle, nobody sits you down and explains that the tires are going to cost more, wear faster, and that if you replace them with standard tires, you might actually be making your car worse. That conversation should happen at the dealership. It doesn't. So, here it is. The weight problem. The fundamental difference between an EV and a conventional car starts with weight. And it starts there because weight is what destroys tires. A standard Honda Civic weighs about 2,900 pounds. A Tesla Model 3 weighs 4,050 pounds. A Ford F-150 Lightning, the electric version of America's best-selling truck, weighs 6,500 pounds. That's partly because the battery pack alone on a full-size electric truck weighs over 1,800 pounds. Tire wear increases exponentially with load, not linearly. There's an industry formula called the load-wear relationship that shows for every 10% increase in vehicle weight, tire wear increases by roughly 30%. A car that weighs 40% more than a comparable conventional vehicle isn't wearing its tires 40% faster, it's wearing them significantly faster than that. That's why my coworker's tires were showing wear at 12,000 miles. The Model 3 is putting loads on its tires that the standard spec tires it shipped with weren't fully engineered to handle long term. The torque problem. Weight is only half of it. Electric motors produce maximum torque from 0 RPM, instantaneously. The moment you press the accelerator in an EV, full force hits the wheels immediately. There's no rev buildup, no transmission shift, no gradual power delivery, just immediate full force applied through the tires to the road. A Tesla Model 3 Performance produces 487 pound-feet of torque. A BMW 3 Series with a comparable power output produces 369 pound-feet and delivers it progressively through a transmission. The Tesla hits the tires all at once every single time you accelerate from a stop. At every traffic light, every parking lot exit, every on-ramp, the tires are absorbing that torque spike. For a tire compound not specifically designed for that pattern of stress, the tread wears faster, particularly at the rear, where torque loads are highest on rear-wheel drive EVs. Independent testing by Continental found that standard tires on EVs wore on average 30% faster than on equivalent conventional vehicles driven in the same conditions. Bridgestone's internal research came back with similar numbers. 25 to 30% faster wear is the consistent finding across multiple manufacturers testing multiple EV models. That 30% matters a lot when you're already paying $180 per tire.
What makes an EV-specific tire actually different? So, tire manufacturers started engineering tires specifically for EVs, and the differences go deeper than most people realize. The rubber compound is harder and more heat-resistant. Harder compound wears more slowly under repeated torque loading. It handles the higher sustained loads from the extra vehicle weight without deforming as much at the contact patch under acceleration. The trade-off is slightly less grip in very cold temperatures, which is why EV-specific tires are typically not recommended as winter tires without a specific winter rating. The internal structure is reinforced. EV tires use stronger belt packages, the layers of steel and fabric inside the tire that give it structural rigidity. These reinforced belts handle the heavier load rating without the sidewall deflection you'd see in a standard tire carrying the same weight. Less sidewall deflection also means more consistent contact patch geometry under load, which contributes to more predictable handling. The tread pattern is optimized for rolling resistance. This is the one that directly affects your range. Rolling resistance is the energy the tire consumes just by being in contact with the road and flexing as it rotates. A standard passenger tire has a rolling resistance coefficient of roughly 0.010 to 0.012. EV-specific tires are engineered to hit 0.007 to 0.009. That doesn't sound like much, but across 4 tires at highway speeds, it translates to a measurable range difference. Bridgestone published data showing their EV-specific Tyres EV tire extended range by up to 5% compared to a standard tire of the same size on the same vehicle. On a Model 3 long range with a 358-mile EPA range, 5% is roughly 18 miles per charge every day. Over a year of daily driving, that's a real number. The noise problem nobody mentions. There's a characteristic of EVs that creates a tire problem conventional car owners never deal with. In a conventional car, engine noise masks road noise. The constant low-frequency rumble of an internal combustion engine running covers up a significant portion of the tire noise that's always being generated at the contact patch. You don't hear most of it. In an EV, there's no engine noise to cover anything. The cabin is essentially silent except for road noise, wind noise, and tire noise. Every hum, every road texture, every small irregularity in the pavement comes straight through to the cabin with nothing masking it. Standard tires on an EV are noticeably louder than those same tires would feel on a conventional car. Not because the tires are generating more noise, they're not, because nothing is covering it up anymore. EV-specific tires address this with foam inserts inside the tire cavity. A layer of sound-absorbing foam is bonded to the inner liner of the tire. It doesn't change the external dimensions, doesn't affect mounting or balancing in any significant way, but it absorbs the resonant frequency that tire cavity air generates as the tire rotates, which is the primary source of the low droning hum you hear in quiet EVs on highway speeds. Michelin, Continental, and Pirelli all offer versions of this technology on their EV-specific lines. If you've driven an EV that felt noticeably quieter than another one at highway speed, there's a reasonable chance the quieter one was running foam insert tires. Can you put regular tires on an EV? Technically, yes, nothing physically stops you, but here's what you're giving up. Without the reinforced structure, you're carrying 4,000 plus pounds on a tire not fully rated for that sustained load, which accelerates wear and increases the risk of sidewall stress failures over time. Without the low rolling resistance compound, you're adding resistance that costs you range, potentially 10 to 20 miles per charge depending on the vehicle and how you drive. Without the foam insert, the cabin is louder than it was designed to be. And without the harder compound, you're back to the 30% faster wear problem. You save money on the tire, spend more replacing it sooner, lose range in the process. The math doesn't work well. Standard tires on an EV feel like a saving that isn't one.
What this means if you own or are buying an EV. When your EV needs new tires, look specifically for tires with EV in the model name or an EV badge on the sidewall. Michelin Pilot Sport EV, Continental Pure Contact EV, Bridgestone Turanza EV, Pirelli P0 Elect. These are all legitimate EV-specific tires with the reinforced structure, low rolling resistance compound, and foam inserts. Expect to pay more per tire than you did on your last conventional car. That's not a dealer markup situation. The product genuinely costs more to manufacture. Check the load rating carefully. Your EV's door sticker specifies the minimum load rating for your tires. EV-specific tires often carry higher load ratings than standard tires in the same size. Make sure whatever you buy meets or exceeds the door sticker specification for your specific vehicle. And rotate them more frequently. Standard rotation intervals for conventional cars are every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. On an EV, especially a rear-wheel drive configured one, rotating every 4,000 to 5,000 miles is worth doing. The rear tires on an RWD EV take the brunt of every torque load from every acceleration. Rotating frequently evens out the wear pattern and extends the life of the full set. My coworker ended up replacing all 4 tires with Continental Pure Contact EVs. He's at 9,000 miles on them and they look completely normal, no unusual wear patterns. He also picked up about 14 miles of additional range per charge compared to the stock tires, which he verified by tracking his efficiency over 2 months. The right tire on an EV isn't a luxury upgrade, it's just the correct part for the vehicle. Next video, run flat tires. Whether they're actually worth the premium or one of the biggest scams the tire industry ever pulled off.